Hi friends, Krista here. Thanks for stopping by Books and Jams. I'm really excited today to come to you with my September TBR. My TBR videos are my favorite to film every month. I just get so excited about picking out books to read in the next month. For September, I will be playing my flip and roll game, and that means I will be rolling a die, and depending on the number that I get, it will choose a category, and then I will flip a coin, and if I get heads, I will be picking a prompt from my prompt jar, and if I get tails, I will be spinning a spinner wheel on my computer. So lots of movable objects during this little TBR game. I do have 2 books on my must reads for September, only 2. So I'm my Patreon book club book. We're going back to school and we're going to be reading To Kill a Mockingbird by Harper Lee. This is a book that many of us had to read in school, but we haven't read it in many years. And so we're going to see how it holds up. We're going to have a discussion about it. This is my Patreon book club book. And my Patreon pick for the month of September is Typewriter Beach by Meg Waite Clayton. And I believe this is a World War II historical fiction. So those are the only 2 books on my must-reads pile for the month of September. I also am participating and hosting Series September with my friend Sarah. We have created this 3x3 bingo board for the month. I would love to get 2 bingos. I don't know that I would be able to fill the whole board, but I would like to try to get 2 bingos. So we're going to see just kind of what series books I can get onto this TBR. I'm going to play my normal way of doing 5 rolls. But if I don't roll a 1 for series, maybe at least twice, I'm going to just pick a couple of extra series books at the end to focus on by flipping a coin to see if I'll use a prompt to pick them or a spinner wheel. But let's go ahead and just jump right in. Without further ado, I'm going to use my new Castle Staircase dice rolling contraption that was gifted to me for my birthday by Melinda. Thank you, Melinda. I'm finally able to use this. So we're going to roll a dice down there. And it is a 2. I don't know if you can see it through the... Oops, I just spun it. It was a 2. I kind of rolled it, but it was a 2. And that is Recommendations Cart. There are a number of series that have been recommended to me for the year. So now it's time to flip a coin to see if I'm using a prompt or a spinner wheel to pick from my Recommendations Cart. Ooh, that was a good flip. And it is heads. Can you see? This is a dirty quarter. It's heads there. So that means a prompt. So I'm going to be picking a prompt out of here. Let's see. These prompts were all given to me by my patrons at the beginning of the year. Let's see what I got. This is a book about food. Okay. Let me see. I had a couple like Peach Blossom Spring and The Plum Tree that have fruit in the title, but I'm going to go ahead and go with this one, The Baker's Secret by Stephen P. Kiernan, because this has been on my TBR for a really long time, years and years. And I know this is a World War II historical fiction where somebody bakes bread. They run a bakery, and they put information or like send notes through the loaves of bread. They like hide the things in the bread. Obviously this deals with food, and it's been on my TBR for a really long time, and this might be the month where I actually get to reading it. So Baker's Secret is my pick for roll number 1. Let's go ahead and roll again. I'm kind of hoping for a 1. Oh, it is a 1. Can you see it? I'm telling the truth. See it through the things there. That's the only hard thing about this, is that it's hard to see. You're just going to have to take my word for it. But it is a 1, which is a series. Hope I get some more of those. Let's flip a coin to see if a prompt or a spinner wheel will choose my series for me. Oh, that was not a good flip. I'm doing it again. Oh, that's a good one. Oh, tail. Tails. I kind of love it. You can't even really tell. I need a better quarter. So I will be doing a spinner wheel. I don't know how long ago it was since I've updated this. It does look like I have 43 open series. I have not compared that to my list on my spreadsheet, so we're just going to see what we've got here, but I'm going to go ahead and shuffle, 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 and spin. Okay, I'm excited about this. I was really hoping for Skyward, But we have Bells of London. Okay, so this is one that wasn't really on my radar for September, but we do have The Belle of Belgrave Square by Mimi Matthews. This is book 2. I believe their companion series. The Bells of London is the name of the series. This is a London heiress rides out to the wilds of the English countryside to honor a marriage of convenience. I do love a marriage of convenience with a mysterious and reclusive stranger. Tall, dark, and dour, the notorious Captain Jasper Blunt was once hailed as a military hero, but tales abound of his bastard children and his haunted estate in Yorkshire. What he requires now is a rich wife to ornament his isolated ruin, and he has his sights set on the enchanting Julia Witchwood. There we have it, Bells of Belgrave Square. First series book on the official TBR. That's for roll number 2. Let's go ahead and roll number 3. We got a 2 again, which is recommendations cart. Let's see if we're going to be doing a prompt again, or will we be doing a spinner this time? Ooh, that was a really good flip. It is heads, which is prompts again. So let's dive into this prompt jar. Do this rather quickly. It's getting late. I need to go to bed. Oh, okay. This is cool. Read a book by an international author. All right. I'm excited about that. For international author, I'm going to go ahead and pick The Shadow Sister, which has been on a Flip and Roll TBR before. I'm putting it on again. Lucinda Riley was born in Ireland, and she currently lives in England and West Cork with her husband and 4 children. So she is a UK author. And this is book 3 in the Seven Sisters series. It has been on a TBR already this year, and so I'm putting it on again. I would really love to continue this historical fiction family drama series. In this one, we're following Star, one of the 7 sisters, one of the daughters that were adopted into this family. Star is at a crossroads in her life after the sudden death of her adoptive father, Pa Salt. He has left each of them a clue to their true heritages. Heritages? That's an awkward word to say. And Stars leads her to an antiquarian bookshop in London and the start of a new journey. Fun. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and put The Shadow Sister on my TBR. This would do, I gave this as an example for light academia with the series September TBR bingo board. So that would work for one of those prompts as well. Let's go ahead and do roll number 4. So far, 2 series books have gotten on the TBR. I'm pretty happy with that. And we get a 3 this time, which is NetGalley. Okay, awesome. I do actually have a couple NetGalley books that are series books as well. So we're going to see now if I'm going to use a prompt or a spinner. It's heads, which is prompt again. Can you see that little dude? So let's see what prompt I will be using for my NetGalley books. A book from the library. Nice. Okay, that's also on my NetGalley. So let me pull up my NetGalley because I need to see. Okay, the book that I picked is Murder by Invitation Only by Colleen Cambridge. This is book 2 in a series. And I have read the first one. I don't own this one, so I will need to borrow it from the library, probably from Libby so that I can listen to it. But I'm just going to write it on this prompt slip so that I remember. And that is one that came out in September. So continuing to work on my series where I do some NetGalley books that came out in that month. Each month, that will work perfectly for that challenge as well. And now for roll number 5, our final roll of the day. We've got a 4, which is Book of the Month. Okay, I do have a couple series on Book of the Month as well. That is a possibility. Let's see if we're gonna do a spinner or a prompt. Tails is spinner. So here is my Book of the Month spinner. It looks like I have 33 books on there. I have not updated this in a while. There's quite a few I'm really excited to get to. So I shuffled a couple times. Let's go ahead and spin. What's it gonna be? Okay, I've read Lost Story. Like I said, I have not updated this. So we're gonna remove it and try again. Take 2. Heartless Hunter is a, oh, yes. Yes. I am beyond excited to get my friends on here. I know it's a slower read from what I've heard from people, but I've also heard that it's fantastic. And for me, Bachman and his translator, they work really well. I get along with his books really well. I love the way that he writes. I love the way that he writes. I know it's going to wreck me. I know it's going to be like, I'm going to be wanting to tab it up, even though I don't annotate or tab my books. I'm going to want to mark quotes in this one for sure. I'm excited that this is book 5. I am going to go ahead and just flip the coin for a couple more series books. I managed to get 3 on my TBR, but I would like to read at least 6. So we're going to do 3 flips. That will determine if I'm going to do a prompt or a spinner for some more series. So let's go ahead and flip the first bonus flip. That was not a good flip. Doing it again. Ooh, very good. Okay, heads is prompt. So I'm going to pick a prompt for a series book. I mean, ultimately, I can just read as many series as I can. Ah, perfect. Read a book sitting outside at a park you like. September, the weather cools down. I will easily be able to do that. I will probably include it in one of my vlogs during the month. And you know what? Why don't I pick a book for it as well? I mean, I could probably read this entire book at a park. So why don't I put this on there? A Prayer for the Crown Shy is the sequel to A Psalm for the Wild Built. It's another monk and robot book by Becky Chambers. It's teeny tiny. I could probably read the whole thing while at a park. So we're putting that on the TBR. All right, second bonus flip is heads again. Let's do another prompt. I don't know if you can see that quarter. I'm going through these prompts like mad today. Okay, read a book written and published in the 20th century. So that's the 1900s. Most of the series on my radar are definitely written in the 2000s. So I had to go and look at my list. This is one that I picked from my recommendations cart. I have all my series that were recommended to me this year set in a separate place, and this is one of them. Ross Poldark by Winston Graham came out in 1945, and this is definitely one I'm very eager to watch the show, the adaptation, but I absolutely want to read the book first. So I'm going to put Ross Poldark on there. It feels chunkier than I would like, but in reality, the margins are really wide. And I don't think that this is going to take me a long time to read. And I'm very curious about it. It takes place in Cornwall, 1783 to 1787. So it takes place over the course of 4 years. Tired from a grim war in America, Ross Poldark returns to his land and his family. But the joyful homecoming he anticipated turns sour, for his father is dead, his estate is derelict, and the girl he loves is engaged to his cousin. Oh man. So family drama, historical fiction there. I am excited for that one. And we're just going to do one more flip. And you know what? I'm just going to spin a wheel because I haven't spun enough wheels today. So I'm going to spin my series wheel one more time. And this will be my final addition to my TBR, except for the book that I just remembered I also have to read. I'm like loading up my books for September. We'll see how it goes. I don't know when the last time this got updated is, so some of these may not apply, but I'm going to do my best. Well, I'm not going to do anything. I'm just going to spin it and we'll see what happens. Shuffle, shuffle, shuffle. Let's go. Perfect. Another middle grade book. Okay, I have that right here. 3 Keys by Kelly Yang is the next book in the Front Desk series. I don't know if I'm going to continue through it. I think there are 5 or 6 altogether. I don't know if it's a series I want to read through to the end, so I'm going to give the second book a try. I loved Front Desk, and I also felt like it was fine as a standalone. So we're going to read the sequel, see if I feel like it needs to continue into a series, or am I content just having read the first couple? So we're going to see. That's the purpose of reading this one. But I'm glad to have another middle grade on there. And in this one, we follow a Chinese immigrant family who run a motel. And we're going to see how that goes. I'm excited about it. The other book that I remembered I have to add to the TBR is the final book in this Ember in the Ashes series by Sabaa Tahir. Sarah from Sarah's Nightstand and I are co-leading a read-along, and in September we are going to be reading A Sky Beyond the Storm, and this will be the conclusion to that series. So I'm very excited to be finishing a series with this one. So here is my TBR for Flip and Roll and a few extras. There's one more that there's two more on here that I don't have from the library, but we got A Baker's Secret for a book about food from the recommendations cart, a spinner wheel for The Bells of Belgrave Street, or The Bells of London by Mimi Matthews. We got a book from the library, which was Murder by Invitation Only, is the one I'm going to get from the library. I forget what Shadow Sister is for. Oh, an author from another country off my recommendations cart. So Shadow Sister. A book of the month, Spinner Wheel, My Friends by Frederick Bachman. And then some bonus ones. A Prayer for the Crown Shy by Becky Chambers, Winston Graham's Ross Poldark, Three Keys by Kelly Yang, A Sky Beyond the Storm, and To Kill a Mockingbird, and Typewriter Beach by Meg Waite Clayton. I mean, it's a very doable TBR, and I have pulled quite a few other series books, such as The Maid's Secret, the next book in the Pages & Co. series, the next book in the Myrtle Hardcastle series, the final book in this Plotting the Stars trilogy. So I have a few books pulled that are just kind of sitting on my new rotating shelf over here. I have quite a few sitting over here that I would love to get to if I'm able to. So we're going to see where the month brings me. I would love to get 2 bingos, like I said, on my Series September bingo board, but these ones are going to be priority for sure. And we'll see what happens. I would love to hear, are you participating in Series September, or what are you most excited to read during the month of September? I would really love to chat with you about those things down in the comments, or if you've read any of these, which ones are you excited for me to read and finally pick up? Let's chat all things books for September in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate you for being here, and I look forward to chatting with you in another video very soon. Bye.